Hello my loves, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been a very long time. I thought there was no other better way to get back to my channel again other than doing a haul, and this is like a try-on haul. So I have a bunch of products here with me. These are from e.l.f. I've got the basic ones like the foundation, concealer, setting powder. I've got a bronzer, highlight, some brush, lipstick, some eyeshadow palette, and some brow products. Well, there's a lot of products to dive in. I also have like a moisturizer, and these have been not used yet, so I wanted to contain myself. I had these with me for over a month now, and these have been delivered to me all the way from Chicago through my brother. So he did the haul for me, and I'm here sitting right now waiting to get into these products. So let's just dive straight into it. So we're gonna start with moisturizing the face. I have not used any moisturizer. I've just cleaned my face a little bit and I feel the dryness already, so I want to use a moisturizer before. Now this one has no sulfates, no paraben. This is the Hello Hydration Face Cream, and the packaging is kind of cute because there's like this little goldfish up here, and it's just kind of very cute. So this is the outer packaging, and once we open that, we have the product inside, which comes in a tub like this. So it's again a very pastel grayish blue kind of packaging. And also none of these products actually come with a mirror, so I might be using a different palette or something of that sort. The cream in itself is quite thick, so I was expecting this to be like a transparent gel-like consistency, but it is like an actual cream consistency. It's absolutely white, and let's just see how that fares on the skin. It has a very faint smell though, like flowery, tropical, fruity kind of smell. So I'm just gonna use that all over my face. It's time to get into the foundation. I'm quite scared because I ordered this one online. This is the shade Tan. Now this is the Flawless Finish foundation from e.l.f. Again, read a lot of good review about this one, but I'm just kind of scared this might not be my shade. But let's see. So this is the shade Honey, and I'm just gonna give it a good shake. I'm gonna get into my good old beauty sponge and try to see if that is really my shade. I've taken 2 pumps right now because I also want to see like if I can build it, the coverage and everything, and that is quite thick, I must say. It's a bit darker than my skin tone, but I think if I just use it very lightly, it should be not that bad. It smells like some oil, even though they say this is like a oil-free foundation. Actually, just one shade lighter than this would be perfect, but I'm sure during summer this would be perfect for me, and it's quite easily blending. It's just giving me like that reddish undertones, but I think I can fix that with the concealer. It is very easy to blend this with a beauty sponge, and it's not leaving any streaky application like the lines, streaky lines or anything. The application is very smooth, it's very uniform, and I think 2 pumps is good enough for the entire face and a little bit on the neck. I'm really impressed with the foundation, and the coverage is amazing. I've just used 2 pumps and it is actually a flawless finish foundation. I might look a little bit red right now, but we're gonna fix that with some concealer. Concealer today we have the 16-hour Camo concealer, a very typical packaging. The shade is medium golden, but this looks light. This looks very light. I'm gonna hope for the best, and comes with a very, that wand is fat. Comes with a very fat wand, and the opening is also quite wide. I don't know if the camera is going to pick that up, but it's quite a wide opening for a concealer. So let's just use a bit of that under here. I actually need some good coverage to cover my dark circles. Like, I've had sleepless nights and whatnot. Just a little bit to also kind of make everything come together after using, you know, this foundation. I'm gonna blend that in again with my beauty blender. I think that's a bit light for my skin tone. Like, what's happening? And I have checked all the shades like on ELF website, and that was quite impressive because you can enter the shades that you have been using for the foundation or for the concealer, and then they tell you like what would be your ideal match. And I did all of that brainstorming, and this is where we stand. It's actually blending quite well, so I'm not gonna complain about it. Maybe I don't want to blend it too much because I want to make the jawline a bit sharp, as long as I don't look strange. It's very good for sculpting actually. I'm quite impressed with the concealer. Wow, it's amazing. I think this is so far one of my favorite concealers. I've not found my holy grail concealer, and I was complaining about that the other day to a friend of mine, but I think we're getting close to finding a perfect concealer. I like the consistency, I like the application. You have good amount of product coming out, so you don't have to dip the wand again and again. And also I kind of feel that this just sets into the skin. This is definitely not bad. So I want to go ahead and bake my face, and for that I'll be using this ELF HD powder. This is Soft Luminance. I think that's the shade. It comes in a cardboard box like that. Now let me just open that up. So this is what the powder looks like. It's again a very typical packaging, but I like the way everything has like this very matte finish. Like this has a very matte finish, and even the foundation, the cap is like absolutely matte. It's kind of like that. This is not really matte, the cap of the concealer, but this is like very chic and very elegant packaging. So let's just open that. Ooh. So it comes with a beauty sponge here, and I'm supposed to pour it in here, but before that I'm supposed to peel the sticker off. So I kind of like the packaging because here is the sieve like through which you can pour the powder, and you can also kind of close it, so you can turn it around and you can close it so there's no spillage. So I'm just gonna take a little bit onto this, and then again there's not like too much of product coming out from there, so this is just perfect. Let's start with that amount first. I'm gonna turn the lid and I'm gonna close it just like that, and I'm gonna dip my beauty sponge to just pick up a little bit of that product and put that under my eye. So the powder is like very lightweight, and I think it's very finely milled together, so it's not again sitting like a blob of powder, which I absolutely like. I'm gonna let that sit for a while, and by that time I'm gonna do my brows. So for brows today we've got the Instant Lift Brow Pencil. This is in the shade dark brown. So here we have the product, again a very sleek packaging. This is again matte. We have this spoolie on one end and the brow crayon on the other side. So this is just like a fine pencil. It's not tapered or angular or anything. So let's just use this to fill in the brows. So the crayon is quite pigmented, and also the spoolie, I mean the spoolie is nothing out of the world, it's just a spoolie, but the crayon is quite pigmented and you need a very light hand to do this. You cannot do this with a very heavy hand, otherwise it's going to be like too much of product, but little goes a long way. And let's just take a brush and get rid of the loose powder. So everything looks quite well put together. I'm going to move on to eyes, and I've got this palette from ELF. This is the Rose Gold Sunset palette, and this doesn't come with a mirror, but I must say I was quite impressed with the shades because we have some, of course we have much more deeper shades in this, but what I actually like is that it's got some mattes and also some shimmery shades. So that's something that I'm excited about. So this is what the palette looks like. It doesn't come with a brush, it doesn't come with a mirror. It's a very I would say a standard packaging, but again the cover is like very matte and the shades are really like the rose gold sunset kind of colors. So I was quite excited to try this one. I'm gonna use a very large fluffy brush, and I'm just gonna do like a very just warming up the crease. I mean, you guys will get the gist of it. Get into this shade right over here, which is like a very neutral pink, to just see what that does on my eyelids. There is definitely some fallout. I don't mind the fallout as long as the colors perform well. Okay, so first impression, very, very pigmented, and the color payoff is beautiful. I think this is like the most neutral nude color in the entire palette, and even that is super impressive to be so pigmented. So I must say you have to be a little bit careful. I'm then gonna move on to the shade right next to it. So this is the neutral pink that we've used, and now I'm gonna get into this lightest brownish orange kind of a color. It's a very, actually like a tan color, but again it's like very soft, so I'm going to use that just below the pink that we've just used. This is somehow going all around my crease area. I'm now going into this shade right over here. This is like the second last shade. It's somewhat like deep brown color, but then again it has a bit of pink undertones to it, so it's not like your brown, it's more like a deep mauvey pink color. And I'm just gonna pat that on the outer corner just like that on both the sides, and then getting into another brush, again a fluffy brush, to just kind of blend that in. I then want to get into this darkest shade over here and again amplify the outer corner, taking very carefully just the tiniest bit possible, because these colors have a lot of payoff. So just dabbing that really very close to the lash line actually, and then blending everything in together. Just bringing that in a little bit with whatever's left on the brush, like really the tiniest bit. And I would then like to get into this shade over here, which is like a very burning orange color, and taking that on this brush. Actually this is not going to work that well, I know, because it's like a metallic color, but I like to just give a base first with such fluffy brushes and then use my finger. You can also use like a flat brush at this point. I'm going to get into this shade right over here, which is more like a very nude golden color. Let me just test that. Yeah, it's a very soft golden color, so I'm going to use that just on the center of my eyelid. Taking a flat brush, and I'm getting into this shade right over here, which is like a rosy color, but it's metallic. I'm taking a little bit of that color, and I just want to use that on the inner 1/3 of my eyelid, just over here. The problem is whenever I'm trying eyeshadow palettes, I end up using all the colors possible. For the price, I think this is definitely a palette that you could try. I'm going to move to my lower lash line, and I'm going to use again a tapered flat brush, getting into this shade right over here, which is again like the brick brown color, tapping off the excess and just lining my lower lash line. I'm going to switch to a fluffy brush and just blend. So I would say the eyes are pretty much done. I have not ordered mascara separately, so I'm gonna do my lashes quickly and I'll be back. So lashes done, and I must say that I am quite impressed with the eyeshadow palette. The fallout happened on the palette itself, but on my face when I look now, there has been no fallout, and the color payoff is just amazing, so I'm quite impressed with that. Now I'm going to quickly apply some bronzer just to give my face a little bit of definition. We have the Primer Infused bronzer. This is in the shade Perpetually Tanned. This is like the first bronzer that I'm using which does not have shimmer and all of that stuff. So I'm quite excited to try this one. Again, does not come with a mirror, but I think there's like good amount of product in there. So I'm going to use this flat top brush. Let's just see what happens. Okay, it is quite orangish, but this is something that you need to blend. I have a feeling that this is going to be streaky or not. Okay, let's just blend. I somehow like using flat top brushes these days for bronzing or for contouring. I remember having angular brush from e.l.f. for contouring, but I gave it to my sister-in-law because she's just getting into sculpting her face, and I think that's more useful if you're a beginner. And right now I think I just do well with flat top brushes. Again, this one is blending beautifully. I think since the last time I've used e.l.f., their quality has just gone to the next level. I'm just loving this bronzer. I'm gonna bring it down to my chin and do my forehead, just for the sake of, you know, like getting everything together. Like that's why I like doing the forehead, not because I want to highlight my forehead even more, but just, you know, it just looks much neater if you do the forehead. I don't know, somehow it makes a huge difference. So just a little bit. I would like to do the side of my nose, and for that I'm using a flat brush. This is definitely not something which is very strong as a contour, and that's why I love using bronzers, because especially when they're powdery, like more the powder form, I'm more comfortable with that. I'm using a flat eyeshadow brush to blend that bronzer around my nose. And whenever you feel like you've messed up with your bronzer or you've added too much of contour, you can always go ahead with a finger and just blend that in. Then I think that works even wonderfully, and it's like more precise. So I'm quite happy with that. I would like to apply some blush, and again I could not order a blush, so let me just do that and I'll be back just now. So I just opted for a flushy pink color for my cheeks, and this is again matte. So I kind of like this entire feeling of having like matte face. Now to end the entire makeup, of course, we need some lipstick, we need some highlighter, and I have a beautiful highlighter here. This is the Baked highlighter, and this is in the shade Apricot Glow. So let me just get rid of this cardboard box. Honestly, when I saw this, I was like, I need this. Okay, but it's kind of hard. Okay, do you hear that? Like I'm rubbing on that highlighter, but it's chalky. Like the camera's not even picking it up, because even the eyes cannot pick it up. Oh god, like I'm so disappointed with this product, but we're still gonna give it a shot. I also have the fan brush. I ordered it specially for the highlighter, and as I was saying, this is the product that I was most excited about because I saw this color and I was like, I need that. Okay, it is picking up on the fan brush though, like I have fallout everywhere, but I'm not sure if that makes any sense. Well, it's not showing on the skin, but nevertheless we're gonna try that. Let's just pick it up on the fan brush and see what happens. Nothing happens. It's very subtle. It's not a blinding highlighter. It is giving a very subtle glow. Like it's more like a glowy thing. I would not even call this a highlighter actually. Not impressed by this at all. So that was, I think I would say, the first flop until now, and that's at the end of the video, so that's good. I think I would still need some highlighter on my face, so I'm gonna do that again quickly and I'll be back. So for me, this is how a highlighter should be. I was really not impressed by the e.l.f. highlighter. You know, even let's consider the fact that it's super cheap, but still, you know, as much as the other products have performed, I'm completely blown away. But the highlighter was absolutely a dud. Anyway, the fan brush though is amazing. I think it's made my highlighting much more easier. The bristles are very soft and I am absolutely loving this fan brush. And I am using a highlighter which I go to every time. Like this is my No Fail highlighter, but I don't think it's ever been so convenient to use this highlighter as much as it has been with the fan brush. So that being said, let's move on to the last part of the video, or of the makeup, and that is lipstick. I have this liquid lipstick which is just a liquid matte lipstick. There's no other name for this one. but this is in the shade Red Vixen. Absolutely love the packaging. Again, very frosted, so you know that it's matte. I was so tempted to try this lipstick on, you guys. Like, you have no idea how much I had to contain myself, because this is, again, hopefully the kind of shade that I love. It's like red but more oxblood, more like having the brown undertones. I have not moisturized my lip. I was wearing some lip balm throughout the day, but right now my lips feel a little dry and chapped, so let's see what this lipstick does. Oh my god, the formula is so buttery. It is so soft. The wand is not that flexible, but it takes like the perfect amount of product. It's a doe foot applicator, and I would say it is easy to apply. So the lipstick does feel comfortable on my lips. I had to correct it, of course, because I must say I've not used red lipstick for more than a month now, and the wand is very super easy to use. It's very comfortable. Even though it's a liquid lipstick, it dried so quickly. I absolutely love this shade. It's like the kind that I like. It's like red with a bit of brown undertones, but at the same time it's not like your maroon or dark brown color. So absolutely love that shade. So I would say the liquid lipstick is a win-win. Doesn't feel stretchy, even though I have not used a lip balm underneath. Also, the lipstick is absolutely doesn't transfer. Like, this is sitting like a skin. It's not transferring at all. Not at all. So I think we've covered everything in today's video. I had a fun time doing this, especially haul videos. I just love them, and I think this is like my first try on haul as much as I can remember. So I'm very excited to see how you guys find this video, and thank you so much for watching this. I hope this was useful. You'll find all the links to all the products below in the description box. Also, thanks to my brother for spoiling me with these goodies. And just before I forget, he also bought this magnetic face mask, so I will be doing that. I'll be trying this on actually, just to see how it is, and probably I'll do it in front of camera. So super excited for that as well. So that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, found it useful. If you are new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you're notified every time I come out with a new video. I'm sending you lots of love, and I'm gonna see you all soon. Bye.